Are you ready?
Yo, what is good, everybody? Hopefully you guys are having a good quarantine day. What's going on, Owen, man? It's good to see you guys in the chat. And today, there's a lot of stuff going on, but this should be a day Pistons fans should rejoice and should be happy. Because today is a good day. As of tomorrow, the NBA's regular season would officially be over. I'm not sure if the Pistons would have played today or tomorrow, but regardless of any of that, season's over. Regular season would have been over, which means once these last paychecks are done, signed, players get them in their bank account, which I got that stimulus check today. It looks pretty nice. Hopefully you guys get some of that too. Means the Pistons are done paying this bump. And before I rip them, because I'm sure after we celebrate, because there's some stuff over here on my right you guys are going to see here in a minute, that we are going to celebrate this thing together. But before I rip this guy, because like I said, after I have a couple, it might have been, part of the problem with bringing a player like Josh Smith, yeah, we're still paying him. It's over now. And I looked up, he was playing here in 2014. We're still paying him 6 years later. Part of the problem with him is we had three big fellas that couldn't space the floor out. We shot 25, 26 from the three-point line? It's terrible. He was forced to play the three when he was really a four. And you know what? I'll stand by this. I think him and Drummond could have played well together, but because we had a Greg Monroe, we're never going to find out. But today's a day to celebrate. So I got me a tall Drew Weiser. Hopefully you guys are doing the same if you're old enough. If not, don't tell your parents. And it's been a minute. I have not done one of these since they have closed down the bars. Got my shot glass. This is the same shot glass we did 18 or 19 shots during the Pistons game? Was that 18? God, that was a lot of shots. That stuff was a lot smoother than this. And this is pretty smooth stuff. I'm going to go ahead and pour my cinnamon juice on here. And we are going to celebrate together, man. We are going to celebrate. We got 18 people rocking us right now. If we get 30 in here, I'll do another. That's the deal. So you guys are going to want to share this one. But here's to the peeps, man, for sticking with us for all the bad teams, and we've had some bad ones, for all the bad contracts, all the bad front office moves, all the missed draft picks, through all the injuries, through all the bad coaches, to not going to games, to being depressed when you go to the playoffs to get swept, whatever it is, through thick and thin, through glory, and through trials and tribulations. Here is to all of you guys, to all the peeps out there. Cheers. It's a good day. This is a step in the right direction. And we're starting this rebuild off. We're starting this thing off great, man. This can't be starting in any better way than getting rid of just one of the worst moves the Pistons have ever made. This is, I should say, at least in recent memory. But I'm done delaying. Cheers once more. Here's to you guys and girls. Woo! Yeah. Whew. Have not done one of those in a minute. Whew. Hey, man, get the grills fired up. I would say I would hug all you guys, but Michigan's not letting me. Can't even buy a lawnmower right now. Yeah, man, you guys should be hyped, man. Only thing that sucks about this is, the Pistons weren't going this year, but I was really looking forward to some playoff basketball, man. I'm telling you, man, Detroit. If we're gonna go the holy route, we are being cleansed of our sins, and we are being reborn. A new image. I think almost every player that Stan Van Gundy or Joe Dumars brought in here after this season is out, unless we bring them back. I think. I'm trying to think. Well, no, because Blake's still gonna be here. But we're getting there, man. We are getting there. We have almost hit the full reset button. What's going on, Dev? What's going on, everybody in the chat, man? Make sure you guys hit that like button. Check out the description. All DSA members are in there as well. And to all the loyal Pistons fans and guys, who might not be so loyal, who have a different take on the Pistons, we are offering an open invitation to anybody who wants to come on above the rim and talk some hoops with us. Or if you guys have some ideas or some topics you just want us to talk about where maybe you're not comfortable coming on here, if you hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, links in the description as well, you can talk to me or anybody in the DSA and give us some topics you want to talk about. We can incorporate them in the show if you don't feel comfortable coming on in the show. Either way, you guys are more than welcome. You guys are just as big as part of this channel as anybody. So, woo, I'm hyped, man. I was going to say I was going to take on Josh Smith in WWE, but waste of time. He's old news, man. Although it was pretty funny last year when he was in the Big Three and had to play in Detroit, and he got booed out the building and had to pretty much get into a fight to get kicked out because he didn't want any part of that. No, not tonight. I am not, because there's already 6 people scheduled for it. You have to be pretty fast to get scheduled on the round table because we got a lot of people who want to be on and talk some Lions. However, that is on Jim's channel today at 8. It's either 8 or 7. I don't remember which. But tomorrow on Jim's channel, I don't want to spoil it because I don't know if he's revealed who is on yet. But he does have a very special guest. I believe that we are shooting that tomorrow at 7. I'm very terrible with date and time. But we got a very special guest on that one. I'm going to be on that one talking to him. So like I said, man, we got so much stuff going on right now. You guys don't want to miss it. Almost every single person is putting out something or being involved in a huge step for it. So, I mean, Jim is one of the newest members, and he is putting in the work and dedication to really make his channel grow. So I know he would appreciate it if you guys went over there and clicked to his channel. I mean, he comes on here and he talks Pistons with us. I mean, he is a man with many arsenals in his weaponry. I mean, he can talk Pistons, he can talk Lions, he can talk Tigers, he can talk Red Wings, he can talk wrestling. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I found out this man knows how to talk water polo or something like that. And then Rachel, she's got a lot of funny stuff on her channel. She's got a lot of skits. You're going to want to subscribe to her. And then we have the duo with real Detroit Lions fans. I mean, dude, DSA has got so many good people in it. It's getting crazy how talented we're getting and how scary it is just thinking about how good we can become. So, subscribe to everybody, man. Subscribe to everybody. And people are starting to put a lot of time and effort into the videos they're putting out. I know Positively is doing the greatest Pistons of all time, which I'm really digging that. Go subscribe to him. He's going to I don't know when that final video is going out. He's kind of talking players one-on-one right now, doing a top 10 greatest Piston of all time. Going from, people like Dave Bean, Bob Lanier, all the way through the Bad Boys, 04 Pistons, all the way up to more recently Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond. So go over there, give him his 2 cents, so that way when we get to the top 10, which I'm going to be reacting to whenever he drops that. I think he said it's going to be a couple months away because he's doing players individually. I'm going to be reacting to it. And Positively, if you're watching, man, if you're out there, I'm going to call it fair. If I don't like who you put in there, I'm going to let you know. And if I do, I'm going to give you props. So just because you're part of the DSA, I'm not going to give you a pass, man. But let's not get carried away, man. I mean, look how happy Derrick Rose is right there, man. Although those Motor City jerseys, I do like the best. If that navy bluish would have been black and it popped a little bit more, I would have been really digging that jersey. I dig that one now. I like that one better than the black one we got right now. Oh, I guess we got rid of the red ones now, don't we? Oh, do I like the red one more? Yeah, probably. I don't know. Do you guys like that Motor City jersey better than the red Motor City jersey? The one we have now with the blue race stripes? I actually like those jerseys, man. I like those before they turn them into the T-shirts. And I think when they turn them to the T-shirts, that's what killed it. That's what killed that jersey. But I like that kind of dark blue with the red outline, red stripes. I like that a lot. So, back on topic, man. Back on topic before we do any more shots, because I'm gonna do at least one more before this stream's over, because I don't know how long I'm gonna talk. Don't know how I'm gonna ramble on. What's going on, Kyle? What can the Pistons learn from this? Because we got a new regime. We got Tom Gore's there in the middle. He kind of seen what happened here. We got Ed Stefanski on his right and Dwayne Casey on his left. What can these three men learn from the Josh Smith era? For one, don't ever make the same mistake in having a coach be the GM, being the president of operation at the same time. It's too much responsibility for anybody. You look at the Clippers. They had Doc Rivers doing that when, CP3 and Blake and DeAndre Jordan was there, and they were good. They were a really good team. But the problem with that is a coach is looking to win now. It's not looking at the long term. And that's a problem. The Clippers could have got better, for a long time. Blake, was banged up. CP3 was banged up. If they would have gone ahead and got a point guard or even a bigger man or a small forward at that point in time, instead of trading draft picks away to get talent like role players and guys who can contribute right away, they might still be in LA right now. And that's the problem. And once they got rid of that role where Doc Rivers was just the coach, look at where they're now. They're one of the best teams in the West, one of the best teams in the league, championship contender yet again. It's just too much responsibility for one person. And maybe that's why Stan Van Gundy didn't work out, because, Stan's record, I know a lot of people were happy we had Stan Van Gundy, but it's a lot of personal beef. When you don't like a player as a coach, you're going to trade them for a bad deal, not get what they're worth in return, so on and so forth. It's just too much responsibility. As a coach, he needs to be focused on the X's and the O's, offense and defenses, and what he needs to do to get those players on his team in the right position to succeed right now. And I think that as a coach and a president of operation, you are forced too much to look at moves instead of focusing on your team. Because it showed. We were a pretty good defensive team. Offensively, we never got the players we needed to space out the floor and stuff like that. I could be here all day naming the problems we had under Stan Van Gundy, but that's one of them. Number two, Roundtable is on at 8 o'clock on Jim's channel, Lions on the Prowl. Link in the description to his channel. Go subscribe to him. Number two is do not pay mediocre talent big contracts. And that's not a shot at Josh Smith, because quite frankly, Josh Smith coming out of Atlanta was an all-star, and there was a lot of hype when he got, I believe game one he was here. He had a buzzer beater to help us win against Washington, if I'm not mistaken. But after that, just with Greg Monroe and Andre Drummond, it never panned out. It never worked. And then you kept bringing in, this is over Joe Dumars' era as well, you brought in people like Ben Gordon and Charlie Villanueva, who were solid players, but the contracts you gave them were like all-star contracts where it's just insane and they're not worth that much money. And that's part of the reason we don't like those players, is because they're just overpaid, never lived up to the contract. We couldn't bring in anybody if we had a good trade offer because the cap space wasn't there. This is really the first year the Pistons have cap space. It's crazy. Since 2007 probably, 2008, somewhere around that ballpark. It's probably the first year we've actually had legit cap space since the I guess what was that, 2010, 2012 then? It's been about 8 years since we've actually had money. And we've wasted it all on bad people. So don't do that. And Langston Galloway, he's a solid player coming off the bench. But his contract he's got right now, John Lure's contract was terrible. How we turn it into Tony Snell in a first, I still don't know. Don't trade for bad contracts. Do not give medium to below average players huge contracts. I appreciate that, Marvin. I do. I liked Monroe. I thought Monroe, I think maybe in the early 2000s, late 90s, he'd be better suited because of his post-up game and his mid-range. But his problem, people called Andre lazy. Ray Monroe was really lazy. He settled for a lot of jump shots in the mid-range where he could put people on the blocks. He had a good footwork. He could have been really good on the blocks. He just didn't have the effort, and he was never good defensively. He was always a liability on defense. But offensively, he had it all. He had the shot. He had the post moves for a big man. He was very okay. I'd say average, slightly above average in the pick and roll. He just wasn't very athletic, and defense is really what hurt him. He was really lazy. And then you got the young guy Andre who did everything he didn't do, made him kind of get his way out of town. And those first couple years in Milwaukee, he was pretty solid on a playoff team. Yeah. Let's see, what else can we learn from this? The front office can learn from this. I would say, don't panic. We got 33 in the chat. Means I got to do another shot. All right. Well, hold on before I guess let me pour the shot. Let me pour it. And I'm going to finish my thought. I really wasn't hoping we were going to hit that, but we did. I haven't done this in a minute, so I'm probably going to be feeling it after this one. I almost put the beer cap. Okay. Don't panic. Okay? And I think that's what Stan Van Gundy did towards the end, where he kind of knew it was the end line. And I'm not saying trading for Blake was a bad deal, because quite frankly, having Blake here, even just as he's played probably 2 years, been here for 2.5. He pretty much played a couple games when we traded for him. Almost played all of last season until up to the end, and then kind of missed a lot of games this year. Didn't play too much, so I don't even know if we can say he played 2 years. Probably together, maybe 2 years, somewhere around the ballpark. It's just a panic move. We traded him here so that way Stan keeps his job and all that stuff. And I think that Blake's a good player when he's healthy. He is. I would still say he is a top 10 to top 15 player when he's healthy. He's just that good. So, but the problem, he traded a lot of young people for him. Avery Bradley, his contract was all right. He was up for free agency. So, that was expiring contract off the books. You traded away your first round draft pick for him, which could have been Alexander. He's playing in OKC right now. He's averaging 20 plus a game. We could use that. Plus, he's a point guard. We need a point guard. And Tobias. Tobias is a 20-point per game scorer, can shoot the lights out. His problem is defense, but it is what it is, man. I really like in the NFL draft, I really like Simmons, man. I really do. I don't think Bob Quinn's made too many bad drafts. We're getting off topic. Before we talk whatever you guys want to talk about, I don't mind we talk lines. I really don't. That's not the problem. But I said if we had 30 people in the chat, I was going to do a shot. This is not the shot. This is just a tall Drew Weiser. I'm going to kind of start chasing. But make sure you guys hit that like button, man. I'm not doing these shots for the weak of heart. This takes a toll on the kidneys, to the livers. But we're in quarantine, man. What else are we supposed to do? Plus, I got that stimulus check. I'm about to have a full-on bar in the house. I'm probably going to put a lot of money into the truck. But that's neither here nor there, man. Here's to you guys. You guys are the best. Cheers. Woo. I got to say the woos for afterwards. No pre-woos. Woo! Oh, yeah. Yeah. Tell you what, man. One of my goals is to have my own beer one day. Or liquor. That works, too. Do we trade Josh? I thought we let him go. See, the thing that made me the most peed off about the whole Josh Smith deal was he was stinking it up. We let him go. We won 7 games in a row, making a real playoff chase for that at that time. I'll do the next shot at 40 people in the chat. So share the video on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Snapchat, Yahoo, Gmail, PayPal, MySpace, whatever you got, share the video. It's a day for celebration. We just had Easter Sunday. This is Josh Smith gone in Detroit Tuesday. But the whole thing that made me mad was we let go of Mo Cheeks. His team was doing really well. We were on a win streak. We let him go. I don't think he's a terrible coach. I don't think he was great or anything like that. But, I don't think he was as bad as people are saying he was. But the real thing that made me mad is he goes to Houston and drops 35 in a playoff game. Man. To see him play well in a playoff game was mad. But then after that year, he just kind of went MMA, and now he's back in the Big Three and getting booed out of LCA. That was awesome. I almost bought tickets to that event, to the Big Three. But I was kind of saving up to go to a Pistons game, which I didn't know I wasn't hooked up with the Pistons, and they hooked me up with great deals, or else I would have gone. But to boo Josh Smith, ooh, that would have been so fun to do, man. I would have had the time of my life. I'd have been drinking more Drew Weisers than normal, booing him out of the building, and it might have only lasted a minute or so. Plus, Seiko was in the building. There was a great Suku chant. Joey, man, I hope that wasn't from your stimulus check, man, but I appreciate the $1.99. $1.99 is going to go back into the channel, and back into the channel it shall go, and that shall go into the Drew Weiser fund. I almost did because, man, I had when we got Josh Smith, I was so hyped. I thought, man, we're finally getting an all-star. We got a young prospect in Drummond and Greg Monroe. I don't know how it's going to work. Plus, we traded for Brandon Jennings. We're like, man, this has got potential. And we got KCP, a young shooting guard over the years. And But before you start calling him Josh Smith, though, Josh Smith was really good in Atlanta, where he played the 4. His natural, God-given position. When he goes to Houston, guess what he plays? He plays the 4 alongside Dwight Howard, and it fit really well with James Harden. In Atlanta, they had ISO Joe Johnson, Al Horford, Kyle Korver, Josh Smith, and then just a flush of rotating players where he played the 4. Okay. He was an all-star. Al Horford was an all-star. He made that team better. I think he was the youngest person ever to record 1,000 blocks in the NBA. He was, if not, he was like top 5 or something like that. But that was his natural position. And he played better there. When he comes here, you gave him a team where he has to play the 3 in order to start. Or you're going to put him at the 4, which at times they did, and Andre came off the bench, which, I knew he was better than Greg Monroe right off the rip. But you didn't surround him with shooters. Greg Monroe can't shoot threes at a high clip until later on in his career. Even then, he wasn't a light-out three-point shooter. Andre, God, he can't shoot a lick from three-point. Jennings was a streaky shooter. And I don't think KCP started right away. And if he did, he was like a 30% to like 35% from the three-point line. That was really the only shooter you actually gave him. And Jennings was streaky. There was games Jennings would go off and hit a ton of threes. But, like I said, he was streaky. Very streaky. Zaza came off the bench a lot, though. He played it at a very small clip. He started it at the 4. Coming in Detroit, like I said, you didn't give him shooters. He had to play the 3. He shot a lot of three-pointers. You don't want to put people you spend. That's the problem. It was right before the Steph Curry, right around the time people started recognizing Steph Curry. He shot a lot of threes, and that's just not his game. Should we sign DeMarcus Cousins? If the price is right. DeMarcus isn't what he once was. He's had a lot of injuries. a lot of off-court issues. I think if you give him for a fair amount, which I don't think he's going to come to Detroit, I think if anything, LA is going to re-sign him, either the Lakers or the Clippers, or whoever the title contender is. I think at this point in his career, he's chasing that ring. I don't think he's going to come to Detroit. But if we do, it's got to be a team-friendly deal, something small, 1 to 2 years. I'd pay him $8 to $10 million a year because he's worth it when he plays. But I don't think it's very realistic. But I wouldn't be mad if we got him. Who would be your choice for the Pistons to pick? Well, it's going to depend where and when and how, who, what, where, why, how, and sometimes why we are drafting. The lottery kind of either ruins or it helps your team. Right now we have the 5th pick. I know on Above the Rim this week on JMO's channel, 3 p.m. as of right now because I have to work on Saturday because of layoffs. I have to pick up an extra shift. It sucks. But Saturday, either 1 p.m. or 3 p.m. depending if I have to work or not. Right now we're shooting for 3 p.m. We are going to be doing a draft simulator. And what it does, I know a lot of people on Twitter have messed with this already. So if you guys have social media, I'm sure you've seen how this works. Or you guys might have messed with it already yourself. And if not, I'm going to tell you how it works here in a minute. It's got the records for the NBA teams as of right now. Like the season technically isn't over, but it has them where it would be right now if the season did end. And you can hit a button and it simulates some stuff. It'll rearrange the team according to the percentage. Like, I think right now we are the 5th pick, and we have like a 10.4% chance of landing a number 1 pick. It's not great, but it's not terrible. It's better than about 25 other teams. Is there 30 teams in the NBA? I don't know. We have like a 42.4% chance. That might be off by a little bit of landing a top 4 pick. That's getting better, right? It's getting really better. So, I mean, me and the fellas after Above the Rim last week on my channel, we kind of messed with it a little bit. Bravo showed us how it worked. And multiple times the Pistons moved up. And it's a lottery-based thing, percentage chance thing. The Pistons got like a top 4 pick like 3 out of the 4 times we clicked it. So it was almost like a 75% chance it was in the top 4. And a lot of the time we took LaMelo Ball because it didn't have the Warriors taking them. It didn't have Cleveland taking them. And who was the other one? Atlanta. I think Atlanta and one of them got ahead of us and took LaMelo. And I think the worst that had us at was 7 or 8. And that late in the draft, both Obi Toppin and Killian Hayes were both available. And if that is the case where we do fall down the draft, because it's, like I said, it's a math game, man. If we do fall that far and either Obi Toppin and or Hayes is available, I just don't see how the Pistons can pass on them. I really don't. Because I'm this is just me talking. If the draft didn't have the lottery, okay? So Warriors get number 1. What do they need? They need a center. They might take Wiseman over Edwards, which Wiseman can do it all. Shoot, post, mid-range, block, athletic. He can do it all. That's what they would need. He'd fit well with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. Draymond's still that point forward, and they have Andrew Wiggins now, who I think Andrew Wiggins is going to have a very, very solid year in Golden State now that they're going to be competitive. And, I think he might be a little bit more valuable. Is this his free agency year next year? I don't know. Probably not. And then, what was it? Cleveland had number 2. I think they took Edwards there. And then 3 and 4, it's kind of up in air who they take. Probably Melo. I hope not, because Melo's really the guy I want. Drew, you think it's possible the Pistons didn't want to take back a point guard in the Dre trade because of plans to draft one? Well, they got Brendan Knight, who is an expiring deal. To be honest with you, man, to be honest with you, Marvin, I don't know what the Pistons were thinking in that deal. I find it very hard to believe that was the best offer we could have gotten. I find it very hard that we couldn't have got a younger talent in return because, we're not going to bring back Brandon Knight. It's cool to have this reunion thing, but we're not bringing him back. Henson, it's a little bit more realistic we might bring him back because I like Henson, man. He's a solid player. He's a solid second to third big man. Come in there and block shots and score a little bit. Inconsistent player. Cheap. Wouldn't be terribly mad if we brought him back on a small, short deal. But let's be honest, we're not we're not bringing back Brandon Knight. I'm sorry. It's not happening. You did get more cap space in return. You got rid of Andre, who's kind of up in air, who was going to opt in, who wasn't going to. I've come to terms with us trading Andre. I knew we were going to. I just wanted more in return. When we did that trade, I didn't feel it. And that's another conspiracy theory that, trading him to Cleveland would help Cleveland win more games, which it did. I'm right there with you, man. If we get Melo, I might get season tickets. If the Pistons 6 ain't don't pan out for me next year. I just, I live in Flint. So going to Detroit is, an hour away depending on traffic. And if there's an early game, you're going to hit rush hour traffic, so you got to leave super early, which affects work and all that stuff. Plus, if I'm leaving straight from work, I don't have time to upload a video that day. So, because I have a pretty proud streak. I took Easter off to spend with the family, but, I try to upload content for you guys each and every day. Some days there's high news days, and some days, there's not. Be honest with you. Sometimes you gotta stretch it and hope for the best because there's not a whole lot happening right now. But, I try to give you guys content every day, and I have to change it up. That's why some of the videos don't do so well, but I upload content every single day, rather if it's talking Pistons or Lions, and then some days uploading 2 videos when there's a good news day, something big happening with the Lions. I don't know what's going to go on with the draft schedule right now for the DSA. I'll have to let you guys inform on that. As you guys know, Mike or Mike, as of right now, has left the DSA. I don't know too much about it. But I still know round 1, Luke G's channel. Round 2 of the draft, might be me, might not be, might be Rachel, might be real. And as of right now, round 3 and 4 is on Jim. So we'll see. You got to drive 8 hours. You must live out of state. Are you a Canadian? Ohio? Wisconsin? I think Wisconsin's about 8 hours away. 8 hours, man. To be honest with you, man, I really don't know. We never got any word on that. I don't know. Never got an answer, Joey. I do not know. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you guys, man. This year, even though it was a disappointing year for the Pistons, is one of the most fun, exciting years as a Pistons fan I have ever had. And we haven't even reached 30 wins. And the reason was just, we grew so much. I think at the start of the year we had just under 2,000. Maybe we hit 2,000 before. And whatever it was, we grew a lot in the offseason. I started talking to you guys a lot more. I joined the DSA right during the midst of the offseason, maybe a little bit before. I got hooked up with free preseason tickets. I got to watch my 2 favorite teams, the Dallas Mavericks and the Pistons, play in the preseason for absolutely $0, which let me get great parking. I parked right in that parking plaza, right in front of LCA. You can take the elevator and boom, you're right there, right in front of LCA, which gave me more beer money. I was able to get chicken strips, which are really good. They have like a whole jug of ketchup, barbecue, and ranch, whatever you prefer for chicken nuggets. It's really good. I highly recommend it. And, I got to take one of my friends. I got to meet a lot of people there. I got to meet Pistons Post in person, which is really cool. That was really before he hopped on and started coming on to Above the Rim. And now look at him. He's got, almost 2,000 followers on Twitter. Huge part of Pistons Twitter. Now he's got his own YouTube channel. I believe he's still writing articles. I don't know on that one. But I got to meet him, and he was really just a fan at that point, and then I opened him out to come to Above the Rim then. Got to meet Bravo in person, which was really cool. Bravo, you're a lot shorter than I thought you were going to be, but, I'm a lot taller than people think. I'm like 6'2", give or take, so I'm a lot taller than people. And I got to meet J-Mo in person, which was really cool, man. Someone that you work with almost every single week. And it was just a cool, fun experience. I got to take my friend out to the game. And like I said, Dallas has always been one of my favorite teams outside of Detroit. Just really cool experience. And then I got tickets to go to games all season long for dirt cheap, if not free. I got to take my mom and my little brother and his girlfriend to the game, which, meant a lot to me. And we pretty much almost got courtside seats, just like 6 rows away from court, right behind the hoop. Just incredible. So, season's disappointment, but we're starting this thing off on the right track. We got rid of Josh Smith. We got a good, decent draft pick. Even if it falls to 8, I think there's still good quality players in there. I think if you start going outside of 4, your superstar chances are really starting to slip. But there's still good players, solid players that just need time to be groomed. Like Killian Hayes. He's, 18, 19 right now? Hey, Keno, appreciate the subscribe. What is he, like 18, 19, give or take? He's going to be a project. I almost said Killian Hayes again. Seku's a project right now. But him and Sekou got a relationship going on. They already know each other. They both speak French. They got that 1-2 pitch going. You start getting people who've got on and off court chemistry. It's going to work out beautifully. I got a lot of stuff planned and lined up. I got the Grant Hill teal jersey in the closet behind me. Gotta start wearing that. I forget how much jerseys I actually have. I got a lot of old ones I gave to my brother that don't fit me anymore than I had when I was little. That I need to get back and either hang up or show to you guys. Cause I know Devin 99, you keep asking for the jersey video. No homo. Come on, bro. That's my joke. Leave my joke to me. I know a lot of you guys with Devin and I want to see the jersey collection. I just don't know how I'm going to do so. But I used to have a lot of jerseys. Yeah, Moon, we were still paying Josh Smith. And then I'm not sure exactly when the actual date stops with this whole virus thing going on right now. I'm not sure the official date. All I know is tomorrow was supposed to be the last regular season scheduled game for the NBA, which would have meant Pistons are eliminated. There's no playoff bonus for them, which I don't know how that works. Because I just thought about that. I guess if the Pistons would have made the playoffs, did he get a playoff bonus last year because we were still paying him? Technically, he's still on the salary. I don't know how that works. If someone knows how that works, if Josh Smith got paid a playoff bonus last year, let me know. But we were still paying him because of the buyout, and I don't know if that was his. Because I seriously doubt what was he hearing? Andre was drafted in 2012. God, and we released him in 2014, and we're still paying him. God, what was his contract like? Man, that is crazy to think about. But yeah, we're done paying him now. Because tomorrow would have been the last regular season game. Pistons aren't in the playoffs, so he's not getting that. As of tomorrow, if not today, or whenever NBA checks out, or whenever that's over with, he is done. No longer on our books. Which means we go into free agency with a clean slate. We're giving Dwayne Casey and Stefanski some money in a year where there's not a whole lot of A-plus players or A- players or A players out there. There's a lot of B-plus to B players out there. We gotta see what they can do. Gotta see what they can do. So yeah, I didn't buy a jersey this year for the Pistons. I got 2 Detroit Drew 69, which I gotta get one for the Tigers because let's see, I was gonna do it tomorrow, then I forgot I was on Jim's channel. So let me see. Maybe Friday night, because I have to work Saturday now, as of right now. So I can't stay up too late because I have to get up at the crack of dawn. But maybe Saturday afternoon or Saturday night, I will be streaming on PlayStation. I have both the PlayStation and Xbox right now. MLB The Show. I think I have 2019. I don't know if there's 2020 yet or not, because I think that'd be this year. And I'm going to start playing. I haven't played since last year. You know, I didn't have a whole lot of people back then. This is the Miguel Cabrera. What do we got here? I guess I was looking at the camera. We got the Triple Crown patch, and we got the 2012 World Series patch. I got this. It doesn't fit as well. You know, like I can't. Well, I probably can. Button it up still. That button's broke. But I had this in 2012. You know, back then I was going to opening day every single day. Not opening day every single day. Every single year. It's kind of a tradition. I was a huge Tigers fan, man. Miggy was my hero. Helped me refine my love for baseball, for a sport that I really got into and started playing. You know, tons of years in Little League. But I'll be streaming MLB The Show. That's what I want to do, man. I want to start getting some 04 Pistons jerseys, man. I got Chauncey hanging above my bed. Wait a minute. Pause. That sounded weird. I got his jersey right over there above my bed. Because, you know, my room's pretty small. You know, I got my Nirvana shirt. I got Dirk. I got Ray Lewis. I got Stafford. I got the Jackie Moon jersey I had since that movie came out. It doesn't fit as well anymore. A lot of the jerseys that hang up on here are older jerseys that don't fit anymore. So, what better way to hang them up than not to wear them and just have them sit in your closet, you know? I got the Randy Moss Vikings jersey, and it's not the first time. It's when the Vikings came back and traded for him when they had Brett Favre, and then traded him like 2 weeks later. And then I have the GOAT himself, Brett Favre, my favorite quarterback of all time. I got the classic red Jordan Chicago Bulls jersey, and then I got Chauncey Billups hanging up over here with a couple of the Big Lebowski poster next to the models, and I got a couple Foo Fighters posters. I got a Metallica poster, and then I have 2 retirement banner things from the Rip Hamilton jersey ceremony. So, you know, the room's still a work in progress. I kind of want to set it up where, you know, you can see, because this is where I have everything set up. I'm going to get a better camera, or a webcam, however you want to call it. I don't have the Brett Favre Green Bay jersey. I want to say it was year 1 or year 2 in Minnesota. I actually went to the Wisconsin Dells for a family vacation, and I wore the Minnesota Vikings jersey trying to fight Packers fans. Because it was so painful to root for Brett Favre when he was in Green Bay, because I hated Green Bay, man. But my whole idea is to cover up this area right behind me. I had a green screen, and it was just too big to fit in this area. Like, it was like 12 feet tall and like 10 feet wide or something ridiculous like that. It was just huge, and it didn't look good here. But so my idea right now is to kind of just, you know, put stuff in the background where you can just kind of look at it and be like, oh, that's cool, he's got that, you know. Anything I get from going to Pistons games, you know, unfortunately, I was probably going to go to a Tiger game. You know, this is inevitable, man. It's so fun to go out there and drink. You know, I think Comerica Park has the best nachos out of all the. I haven't been to Ford Field. I have not, because tickets to going to Ford Field are insane, and you know, I just don't feel like it's worth it to go there and watch it get blown out or lose or, you know, whatever, to pay all that money. Plus, you know, you guys, football fans are crazy, always starting fights and stuff. I mean, it's like every week the NFL is on. Somewhere there'll be like a Kansas City Chiefs fan is fighting a Jacksonville Jaguars fan in the stands. Like, what is going on, bro? But those things are ridiculously high priced. I've been to the Joe. once or twice. I know I went there for a WWE event. I think it was Night of Champions 2000 and let's see. I used to have long hair and I cut it. I know we still had Sue on the team because I wore my Sue jersey there. So was that 2013, 2014? Somewhere around the ballpark. I know RVD came out and wrestled. That was really cool. Actually, I have a chair from that event. It probably tells me there. Their food's pretty good. But, unfortunately, rest in peace, Joe. Rest in peace to the Palace. Palace had really good food. The Palace had really good food. Oh, man, I miss the Palace. I have not gone to the Coliseum. I've been to LCA a lot. Their nachos are okay, but compared to Comerica Park, dude, Comerica, their nachos are so good. I want to go to a game now just for the nachos. I don't even care who we're playing, who's starting. I want some Comerica Park nachos. Comerica Park's got everything. If you guys have never been to a Tiger game, I feel sorry for you because almost every single time their pizza is really good. They got Little Caesars there, although LCA's got Little Caesars there too. But I'm telling you, dude, Comerica Park's got something special about it because their pizza is really good. Like, I have Little Caesars everywhere around here, but there it's different. It's good. Really good. I'm not a big hot dog person. I don't like hot dogs. Everyone says their ballpark hot dogs are really good there. Yeah, we won't. Officially not anymore. Not anymore, we're not. Can I get a hallelujah? Before my... Stop drinking that. Before my time, man. Before my time. Before my time. Yeah, I don't... There had to be something because I'm trying to think back to when we signed him. There's no way. What we signed him in what? 2012. Let me Google this real quick. I'm gonna pull this up because I'm very curious as to when we signed him. Excuse me. Google. I would share the screen with you, but if there's an ad that pops up, I don't want to get copyrighted, copywritten, however you would say that, because they do a lot of dumb stuff on YouTube. So I just for context here, I put in when did the Detroit, and the first thing that pops up in Google is the Lions win the Super Bowl. Never. We signed Zach Lofton. I don't remember that. I'm having a tough time trying to type. Oh, so we drafted him in 2013 to a 4-year, $54 million deal. So he played year one. Did he play year two? Let me pull up Josh Smith's contract or his stats. Something's not adding up here. And Detroit Drew is here to investigate. Okay, let's see. Detroit. God. Yeah, we played a bunch of years in Atlanta. So he played one full year here. He played in 77 games, started in 76 of them. And then the following year, he played 28 for the Pistons and started 28. And then played for Houston. So he played here for a year and a half. Okay? So he was here in 2013, 2014, and halfway through 2014 and 2015. So that means if my math is correct, and I'm not a complete idiot, and the shots and the beer have not settled in yet, that means we have paid this man 5 years for 5 years. When his original contract should have been through 2018? 2017? 2017. That should have been the last year. So when we bought him out, Tom Gores, I don't remember who the GM was. Joe Dumars still the GM at the time. Mo Cheeks all agreed, like, yeah, we'll pay this man up until 2020 just to get him the hell out of here. Ugh. This team was so stupid, man. I can't believe it. They make me look like a brain scientist. A rocket surgeon, if you would. I would have to get hammered because he's got a lot of dumb takes. I think a lot of it is him just, smoking the Cheech and Chong and trying just to get views. But hey, whatever works for him. Well deserved, man. Well deserved. I think I could beat Flight one-on-one. When I was watching the horse challenge, I was thinking, man, the DSA could do this. DSA could do this. I don't know how well it would be, but we could do that. All right, man. I gotta get ready for dinner, man. I've been on. How long have I been on? Damn, I've been on for almost an hour already. God, time flew. I haven't even finished my beer yet. I'm beating him whenever, however. I'm stomping a mud hole in him and walking it dry. All right. What do I want to do? How do I want to do this? Well, at the end of the day, I know Dumars made a lot of poor decisions, Tony. But he was responsible for, or at least played a part in all 3 championships the Pistons have. So at the end of the day, even though he's made a lot of dumb decisions as the front office, as a player, he was great. And, he did a good enough job to make us a championship contender every year. We went to, the Eastern Conference 7 straight years in a row? I'll take that. And, yeah, he screwed the pooch. I'm passing on Melo, Wade, or Bosh. And, yeah, him and Stan Van Gundy screwed the pooch and missing a lot of talent in the draft throughout the years. But at least Joe got us 3 rings. That's all I can say. So I would say Stan Van Gundy is worse. Because under his era, we missed a lot of good players. We could have had a lot of all-stars and superstars under Stan Van Dummy. Jody did his thing. He made us a competitive team. I respect him for it. I think Stan was worse. All right, I'm dripping. I was gonna. Fuck. Woo! I was gonna delay that sip a little bit more because I got a little bit more to drink here. I gotta hop on Warzone with my buddy from work, and we gotta get a dub. I gotta get a dub when I was streaming that. Before I take the shot, close out the stream. You guys are the real MVPs for rocking with us. For the DSA, for Detroit Drew. The DSA's got a whole lot planned, man. And I don't want to spoil it. Because we got a lot planned for you guys. Everybody. Everyone's got something to chip in and throw in the table right now. Shout out to Michael Mike and TA. I wish you guys the best of luck however you guys are going to pursue your channels. Hope you guys have never done anything ill towards me. Don't know what happened. And even if I did, I wouldn't tell you guys because, that's on them to tell you why they left or how they left or what made them go that way. And I'm sure they will in time. That's their business. I don't know. I respect them for it. You guys have helped establish the DSA. It made the DSA a bigger name and reached a wider audience. I mean, the round table almost averages 70 to 100 people every given time it is on. And you, Micro Mike, TA, have pushed us to, as the basketball community, me, who mainly hosts the Above the Rim show, and JMO, to get above the rim to that standpoint. And, it sucks for us because, NFL, they're in peak off season right now. You got free agency, you got draft stuff going on. Basketball, it's dead right now because we were supposed to be talking playoffs and matchups and stuff like that. Right now, it's dead. It's dead. So, We will get there, but I mean, across the board, we are scouting for talent and trying to bring you guys the best content possible. Rather, if it's Pistons, Lions, eventually we're getting to Red Wings. I know Lions on the Prowl, aka Jim, is working on getting like a roundtable / above the rim set up for the Red Wings. And whenever we get baseball, I can talk baseball with the best of them. I know how every position is supposed to be played. It's just that the Tigers have put me in a down spiral of every decision that they have done. Yeah, rest in peace to Karl Anthony Towns' mom. Everyone in the DSJ got to go to a game together and vlog it. I would love to do so. Not everyone has that kind of money to go to a game because they are expensive. Not everybody in the DSA has the time to do so. Not everyone has avoided that luxury because, we all have different schedules. Even though we're on Above the Rim on Saturdays, or we're on the round table Tuesdays and Thursdays, and pregame and postgame Sundays or Mondays or Thursdays whenever the Lions play, we all work different shifts. Either it's first, second, or third. So our schedules are all over the place. All over the place. So it'd be very hard to do so, but I am game. I can make anything work, really. I'd be down. We were talking about a year ago when has it been a year already? Man. We were talking about going to a Lions game and doing a roundtable outside of Ford Field live. Only problem with that is Luke G's job. He's not allowed to show his face on camera for protection purposes. So it is what it is. But I'm down to do all that stuff. I have the shop board, peeps. I forgot all about it. I was about to end the stream. About to do my little prologue thing. Tell you guys to go to the description. Subscribe to all the DSA members. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And plug Above the Rim. But I got this guy right here, man. This is the same shot glass. I did, 18, 19 shots? Woo! Do you guys remember that one? Tell you this, man. Don't know if it'll be this year. Don't know if it's going to be considered next year. But whenever we get NBA basketball back, and it might be a Pistons game, but if it goes straight into the playoffs, I'm back. I'm back streaming the games. YouTube, you can't stop me. Let's get this shot going, man. I'm tired of prolonging this thing, but I'm feeling it. You guys are the best. Once again, here's to all you guys in the chat and everybody watching later on after the stream's ended. But my buddy's bugging me to get on Warzone because I'm the only guy who can help carry. So here's to you guys. It's not apple juice. That is cinnamon juice. Whew, that'll pull hair in your chest. No, I need to get the apple juice stuff again. I can't find it anywhere. That apple juice stuff was smooth. And this stuff is smooth, but I haven't had it in a minute. Whew. I might have to bring back the shot game for game 1 when we stream again. Shoot, I might have to do it for the Lions this year. Every time the Lions lose, I have to drink a fifth. I'd be dead. Especially if we lose 10 plus games again. Damn. Oh, man. Whoa. I can still feel that one going down, man. That's all right. We're pre-gaming, or we can consider this the off season. We can call this OTAs. We can call it training camp. We can call this summer league. This is my version of that for when the bars open back up. Because day 1 bars open back up, I feel sorry for my bartender because I'm about to put him or her to work. Now I got these stimulus checks. I got that $1,200 today. Putting that bartender to work. I'm not saying I spent $1,200 on the bar unless I'm drinking top shelf stuff, which I might. We'll see. But let's not prolong this thing, man. We've been on for an hour, over an hour. You guys are the greatest fans in the world. I appreciate everybody rocking with us today. Like I said, if you guys want to come on the Above the Rim, please be serious about it. Because we're looking to get new people on. Because if we get new people on who have different ideas and different ways that this team should go, we can actually start talking a lot more topics. A lot more. And I'm trying to reach out to people who are YouTubers who maybe only have 400 to 500 subscribers. I'm reaching out to people who are writing for Detroit Bad Boys, for Pistons Powered. I'm trying to get people to come on, but a lot of guys, they don't want to come on here. Or they don't feel comfortable coming on here. I just want to let you guys know, if you guys don't feel comfortable coming on here, that's cool. I'm not going to force anybody to come on the show. I can't. But if you guys want something for the DSA to talk about, you can hit me up on Instagram and Twitter as well. And let me know some topics you want us to talk about. We're very how do you say it? Fan friendly. Too much cinnamon juice. Street. Too much. We'll incorporate you guys in the show. And if we don't agree with you, or you don't agree with us, that's cool. At the end of the day, we're all Pistons fans, man. Come on. We challenge you to come on the show and battle me or JMO. As long as you're respectful. You don't want to come on here calling us some bitch that. We'll be respectful to you. I can't promise that for JMO. I can't. JMO, you can't control him. As much as you want to try to, you can't. I've tried. You can't. But for me and the rest of the fellas, we'll be respectful. So it doesn't matter if you're younger or older. Come on the show, man. We got a good range of age on the show. From young people, I'm not gonna call them old, but Luke G and Jim, you're older than me. I'm gonna say that much. I think Jim might be older than me too. I don't know. I'm not gonna call anybody old. Yeah, it's Free Smoke Saturday. Every Saturday. I can't hold JMO accountable. That's his own reaction. Whatever you say to JMO, don't talk bad about Lonzo Ball or Luke Kennard, or you're gonna get the smoke. But seriously, if you guys don't want even go on above the rim, let me know you want to come on and talk to me, because you guys, I'm not gonna be rude to you. I'll say, I don't agree with that, and here's my why. But I'm not gonna be mean about it. I'm not gonna be a doucher about it. So if you just want to come on and talk to me, let me know. Because it's a good way for you guys, because I know a lot of you guys are considering doing something, even if it's not YouTube, but coming on and either writing articles or going on Instagram and Twitter and talking about your team, because I know a lot of you guys are on social media, because a lot of you guys do follow me there. But if you just want to come on and talk to me, let me know. Because right now I'm looking for content, because with no Pistons, it is tough for me, man. No basketball in general, it is tough for me. Because I could have switched up and talked about different teams the Pistons were playing. And just talked to NBA. But let me know, man. Let me know in the comments if you guys are down. Or Instagram and Twitter. Let me know if you're down. Hit that description button. And just check out all the links, man. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I post a lot of dumb stuff on Twitter. I post a lot of stupid stuff on Instagram. Especially, you guys can tell the days I'm out drinking. Because I post a lot of dumb memes. I post some stuff on my story. And then, like I said, you guys want to subscribe to all the DSA members, man. They're putting in the work. I'm so proud of each and everybody in the DSA right now. They are just putting in the work. And I couldn't have been prouder of the group of guys we got right now. So, go reward them, man. Go show them your loyalty like you guys show me. And hopefully some of these guys can start growing like I did last year. So, this year's a huge year for me. It's a huge year for most of those guys. So, go show them some love. But without further ado, hopefully you guys have a good rest of your Tuesday. Hopefully you guys who aren't coming back to the channel have a good rest of your week. And I'll see you guys tomorrow when I talk about something that I'm probably going to shoot off of again tomorrow. And I'll see you guys on Jim's channel tomorrow. Peace.
Are you ready? Are you ready?